went off a 3-3 day, so obviously we didn't get any parlays, but we still hit a couple good picks. We hit the Boston minus 15.5. That hit easily. The under in the Heat game, that hit easily. Memphis came through for us, covered that 11. The Knicks game, it's completely wrong about the Knicks game. I blindly bet the under. I love the under in the Knicks games. The Knicks played the Warriors brand of basketball yesterday and beat them. So they usually play their style and hold teams down or whatever they want to do. But they played the way the Warriors wanted to play and just outplayed them. And that's what happened. So obviously the game went over. We had 211 and the game went to 231. So obviously went over, but the Knicks won. We lead Warriors, so our analysis was way off on that. But fully healthy Knicks team can play anybody and get the job done. So we also missed the Cavs against the Pacers. Or we had the Pacers and the Cavs won. So 3-3 we go. Had a couple of those in a parlay. We did end up with a negative day, so we're on a bounce back today. There are 5 games today. We're going to find some good picks, and let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. It is Tuesday, March 19th, and there are 5 games on the card. If you like the content, like the videos, subscribe, do all that stuff for me. You guys are the biggest help in helping me grow the channel. But let's go ahead and get into it. First game up is the Hornets and the Magic. We got the Magic as 12.5-point favorites. At home, totals at 202. I like the Magic. Minus 12.5 is a little high for me. These double-digit favorite spreads. But I do like the under at 202. The last time these guys played, they've played twice this season. Orlando's won both of them. The first game was 101-89 in Charlotte. Second game was 130-117. Actually, that was the first game, so swap that. First game was 130-117 in Orlando. The second game was 109-89. In that first game, it was so long ago that Ball, Rozier, and Haywood all played in that game, and that's why it's a high-scoring game. Orlando had to keep up with those players from the Hornets. Those players are nowhere to be found now in Charlotte. So they've been playing a lot of low-scoring games. Thus, the last game that was 101-89. So I think that we can see something like that again. And that's why the spread's like that. And that's why the total's down this low. So under 202 is my pick for that one. Rockets, Wizards. Wizards are 9.5-point home underdogs. Totals at 227. Part of a conundrum I'm having is trying to catch these numbers early enough. I see them at night when the lines come out, but I try not to bet them until I do the video in the morning to give you guys the same lines that I'm getting. So the problem with that is this Rockets number was at minus 5.5 last night. I almost bet it. I wanted to bet it, but I didn't. I wanted to wait to see what it did today. And, of course, they're playing the Wizards, so everybody hammered the Rockets, and now it's up to 9.5. So I almost still lean Rockets at 9.5. I know they're missing Whitmore and Sengun, though. Let's check the injury report now and see if either of those guys are back. Nope. Sengun is out indefinitely with that knee. Whitmore is early April. Kuzma is questionable. Shamit out. Tyus Jones out. Yeah, so we're going to roll Rockets here. If Kuzma is the only star that plays for the Wizards, then I still like the Rockets. -9. Next game up, Nets and Pelicans. Pelicans are underdogs. No, they're favorites on the road against the Nets team that has come off a 6-game road trip. Total is at 215. Nets are +7.5. I'd almost be willing to try to bet the Nets today, coming off that long road trip, being at home. Both teams are rested. Nobody's on a back-to-back. And 7 points, I think the Nets can cover in the right spot. They're 18-13 and 3 ATS in their last, or at least at home, right? So I'd almost be willing to take a shot with the Nets +7.5. I don't know if I'll get there, but that would be my pick for that one. Mavs at the Spurs. Spurs are 9-point underdogs at home. Totals at 233. The Mavs, I don't like forcing the Mavs to cover big numbers, especially on the road. So I'd lean Spurs. Spurs in their last game. They beat Brooklyn. They lost to Denver and Houston right before that. Also losing to the Warriors on a home and home and beating the Warriors outright as well. So that's not the most terrible last 5-game stretch with the Warriors twice and the Nuggets in there and only coming off 2 and 3. So I would lean on the San Antonio Spurs to cover the 9 in this game against the Mavericks. Mavericks coming off a last-minute game buzzer win against the Nuggets, and then a loss to the Thunder in their last 2 games. So they're definitely going to get up to play, but they're on the road. They're on the road for this game. Come back home to play the Jazz, and then play the Jazz again in Utah before going to Sacramento on another road trip. So I'm going to lean San Antonio for this game, +9 against the Dallas Mavs. Last game we have is the Nuggets and the T-Wolves. T-Wolves are 7-point underdogs. Totals at 213. I like the Nuggets in this spot, but what I don't like is that they're on the road, and we can't predict them as well on the road as they are at home. Of course, Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert are out for this game. So we're going to probably see Naz Reid at center. And that's who Jokic gets to run up and down the court with. So I see the advantage for Denver at the center spot. And I think these teams are pretty evenly matched otherwise. So it's just about Nuggets trying to cover 7.5 points. And that's not my favorite spot for them. And I don't like betting the Timberwolves. I can't really get a good grasp on when they're going to be in, when they're going to be out, when they're going to want to play, when they're not. They are better at home. So I would want to take the points in my pocket if I was going to bet this game. But that's the side that I would be on. But my official picks are definitely going to be the under in the Magic game. And I guess I don't really like much else. So under in the Magic game, maybe I'll get there with the Spurs +9. And maybe I'll get there with the Rockets. But Probably stay off the Nets. Probably stay off the Timberwolves. But those would be the sides that I like. So lock those in. Let's get this money, and we will see you back tomorrow for some more NBA talk.